This is Tony, and this is a God shot that I can't honestly say I was planning on making, but I really have to. You know that I'm out there like every day practically working with young people. And what I've been finding, now this is being made in the early 2021, and maybe I hope in a while, not too far from now, this will be completely irrelevant. But right now, at this time, what I'm finding out from young people is that the biggest thing they're struggling with is issues connected to their difficulty with this remote learning thing that's going on. Some people are in school full time, not many, at least in the New York metropolitan area where I am. Some are, most are hybrid, you're in, you're out, and then there's an awful lot, either because of their choice or because of other limitations, they are strictly remote learning, and people are struggling with it. At this time, I'm making this video in Las Vegas, Nevada. They brought everybody into school full time because there's just been too many teen suicides relating to all the psychological issues of the difficulty of remote learning. And, as you're watching this, I'm thinking maybe you're attracted to this because you are struggling with it. This is not the way you learn. This is, you just need more input with a teacher and with active learning, right there. To be removed and watching it all unfold on a screen is not the way that it works for you. People are upset about missing the socialization with their friends. But an awful lot of young people today are struggling with anxiety and depression and low self-esteem and confidence, all related to this difficulty of, the remote learning. Okay. We knew before all of this broke that a lot of young people were struggling with depression because of screen addiction. That too much exposure to screen, to screen, to screen, to the phone, to the iPad, to the video game, to the binge watching Netflix and YouTube, and then other social media, then even going to bed with their phones, screen to screen to screen all day long, causes your brain, it can't handle all that overstimulation on the screen and goes into a depression. And now you add in 6 hours a day or more on schoolwork stuff, it just exasperates all of it. So there's a lot of difficulties. A lot of people are just not even going on anymore because of cyberbullying, now wanting to see their living environment behind them shown. All other kinds of difficulty of families trying to juggle. The parents have to be online for their jobs. All their siblings have to be, doing their schoolwork as well. So there's an awful lot of, including the fact that a lot of teachers and school districts are just laying on a lot more work. They're aware of the fact that you're missing something by not going in, and they're trying to make sure they overcompensate or whatever that is. And then there's the other thing that the classes are dull because a lot of teachers are just not familiar with this way of teaching. They're not comfortable with it, and they don't know what to do either, and they're burning out. So there's a lot of things creating this challenge, and I'm sharing all of that so that the young people watching this video will know you're not alone. This is a major thing going on right now, to the point where I had to make this video to try and be of some help to the young people. I consulted with a number of friends of mine in the educational world, and I want to share with you some of the insights. Okay, so the main point of the video is, what do you do? First of all, this video is called a God shot. Okay, things to bring you and your spiritual side stronger, your relationship with God more together. So if you're a believer, this will be ridiculous for you to be going through this and going through it alone and not bringing God into it. So I want to invite you to take a look at it. Did you ever think to say a prayer about this? Did you ever say, Lord, this is hard for me. I don't know what I'm doing. I need help here. This is not the way my brain works. This is not the way my life it goes well. I need you. So turn spiritually to God, okay, to get that spiritual strength to be with you. Second of all, make sure you let your parents know you're struggling, okay? Don't wait till it gets to the point where they have to inform your parents that you're failing 6 out of 7 subjects or something crazy like that. Okay, let them know that this is not, you're having trouble learning, all right? Number 3, let your teachers know. Most of the teachers are keeping office hours, times when students can get in touch with them to just go over some of their challenges or difficulties or get extra help or whatever. But don't be like doing nothing and your teacher has no clue that you're struggling. The teachers want you to succeed. Unless you have like a really evil teacher that doesn't care at all. But the teachers don't want to have to report to the school districts that such a great percentage of their students are failing, because it's a reflection on them actually. So let teachers know that you need help, that you're stuck, and what can you do to bring up your grades. Even when school was normal, I used to be a classroom teacher, and I know tons of teachers, and teachers love it when you show an interest in what they're teaching. Okay? When you go to them and say, I want to succeed, I want to pull up my grades, what can I do here? Okay? That kind of thing goes a long way. Now, maybe you have a teacher that's going to help you with that, but is going to be like kind of, nuts and bolts about it. Do you have a teacher or somebody in your educational world who could give you like a pep talk? Someone who's not just going to tell you the things to do, but do it in a way that they know how to get you the best out of you. Not every teacher knows how to do that, okay? But who's the one in your life that gets the best out of you? Maybe they'll have even more tips that I and the people I consulted didn't have, okay? That would be a good thing to do. As I said before, remember that you're not alone, okay? This is a challenge, and you could either look at it like I'm screwed, or you can look at it like, okay, I'm facing a challenge, I'm still young, I'm learning how to do something I didn't want to do and didn't plan on doing and not good at doing, and it's going to make me stronger for facing challenges in the future. Two different worlds, okay? You got a choice on that. You had no choice about how much remote learning you have to do, but you could either label this like, a waste or a learning experience, okay? You could either label yourself a failure or someone who's in the process of learning and growing and getting stronger. Two different worlds. Still the same reality. This is about tricking yourself or pretending. It's about how you label it. And almost all my Godshot videos in some way bring you back to that reality of that freedom you have when you can choose the label. You gotta say you're stuck and you're failing a bunch of subjects. One of the advices that I was given by other teachers was to focus on which ones you can maybe pull out of. Like, it might be better to come out of this passing a couple rather than spreading everything around and failing them all. Okay? Look at the ones that you can pull this out, all right? And maybe give most of your energy to that rather than it being a total lost cause. Okay? If you have to treat yourself. You can't be all like stuck. You can't be all like doing your schoolwork, staring at screens, class after class. When can you give yourself a break? And I'm talking about a legitimate break. I'm not talking about what a lot of young people are doing, which is that they're signing in, turning up their camera, and then playing video games, or taking a nap, or not even being there. Okay, this is not about looking for an easy way out. I mean, if you don't apply yourself, you won't make it through this. Okay, that's important. That's really important. You not play games here. All right, but while you're going about it seriously, also give yourself some things that will renew you. Go out, take a walk, shoot some hoops, go for a run. Okay, get some fresh air, get some sunlight. These are things that were wired in such a way by God to, renew us. A lot of young people are just staying indoors all the time. Not good. Got to go out, get some fresh air. And I know this is being made in the winter of 2021, and we've had a really cold and even the month of, a lot of snow. So maybe it's not the best, but get something, okay? And as the weather warms up in the spring, definitely make it a point to treat yourself to things like that. Do other things you enjoy. So have time in the day when you can, just relax. Do something fun. Again, not to the neglect of your schoolwork, but just special treats to yourself, okay? Be physical. Be physical. Get some natural fresh air. If you are really depressed, if you're really anxious, if you're really I'm not okay, this is not me anymore, make sure you let your parents know and make sure they get you to a counselor. Again, you're not alone here. All right? There's a lot of young people struggling with this. So, but you got to get help for you. Okay? So I want to encourage you to definitely get enough sleep, talk to a counselor, get some fresh air. Um, don't get excessively negative in your head, all right? Try and make time and ways to be with friends, okay? If you have a church group that meets, like I feel really blessed in the midst of all this insanity. I've got 2 youth groups at 2 different churches where we're allowed to meet. I mean, we mask and we keep social distance and we check temperatures, and people know to stay away if they're sick or they were exposed to somebody who was. But it's a lifeline. And if you could find that and take advantage of that, go for it. And if you're depressed, then don't stay away from your youth group. That's another thing that I hear about happens. Okay? I'll ask one of the kids in one of my groups, like, we haven't seen you in a couple of weeks. Where you been? Oh, I was feeling really down. And I didn't want to spread that around. It's like, no, we're here for you. All right? To help you deal with that. So don't, when you get into a funk, you get into a negative state, don't stay stuck in it. Okay? Take advantage of whatever opportunities you have to get yourself out of it. Okay? I'm going to post at the end of this video a summary of some of the reasons why this is a problem that maybe you can relate to. More importantly, I'm going to give you some of the a summary of all these little tips of what could help you. And also, I will post a listing of some of the other Godshot videos I made that might also give you some inspiration and motivation to get through this. Okay? At the end of this is also my contact information in case you need to talk more or whatever. Again, I want to thank the people that helped me, from the educational field, that gave me a little better understanding of how to give you the most advice right now in this. And yeah, been praying for you. All right, don't give up. Okay, God bless you. Take care.